Hey there. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the green screen behind me, and I'm also going to do this here. I'll use another camera as well to kind of show you around and how I kind of have things set up. So before I do that, let me just switch the camera here so that I can kind of hand hold it there. So this should be the other camera that you're seeing now. And you can see my green screen in the background. So this is a green screen. So if I just click on that, you can see that I have a green screen back there. And then we can go ahead and add in, a different background or whatever we're going to do. It's kind of neat. You can kind of do what you want to do and be as creative for the holidays or St. Louis or just kind of whatever. Of course, hockey. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and I'll put this background on the back for right now. And I'm going to take this camera and just kind of show you guys how I have this set up. So you can see up here. Sorry, let me see. There we go. Let me see if you can see that. Basically what I did is I put a track on my ceiling. You can see that track there. And then I put some lights. These are some shadow box lights you can kind of see, and they point down into the back of the area there. And then I'm also using the lights in the room here. What I do recommend, though, is if you can see right up here, I would recommend getting a light to where it shines back down on you. And I know the video looks a little strange right now, but I wanted to show that to you so you could kind of have an idea of how the setup is, because the lighting is really important. And what you'll see is these little this green around my fingers there. That is called, and let me switch back the video here so I don't make you sick or anything. But that is called spillage. And on a green screen, when you see this stuff going like that, a lot of the time that can be fixed with lighting. So if you have a nice area where you can go and fix the lighting, that would be really cool. So what I'm going to do is share my screen with you now. This is a tutorial to show you how to get the back screen, how to get that virtual background going. And let me pull this down here. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to have a Zoom Pro account, and you'll see it when it looks like here's the icon. This pops up, and this is your settings. You can also go over here, and I'm not sure if you're on a Mac or not, so I'm teaching you this via a Mac. I wouldn't know what to do on a PC. I've been on them for a long time. I just forgot how they work. In any case, it's the same thing here. So preferences is here, or you can activate it by going to settings here. So there's two different ways. So what you want to do first is go up into your Zoom, and you want to check for updates. And it should say, oh, there is an update now. So I'm going to go ahead and get a new version. So I'm not going to get one now because I know everything works, but there is a version. And if it says new version available, go ahead and get that because you're definitely going to get it. So they've apparently come up with a new version within the last week. So they're doing a really good job over there. Anyways, let's go ahead and figure out how to get a custom image on the back. So you go into a virtual background, and what you want to do is click on this little button here, and that's going to be the green. I like to choose the darkest part of the green background, and if you have, it should be one solid green background. It should have similar lighting all throughout, and I got to tweak my lights and all that stuff, but I click on the darkest part here. And then that way it's going to make the green screen effect the best. If you choose the lightest, you're going to have little areas that are kind of glittering and out of focus. So you don't want that. And this green here, this is actually in this image. So this is not my green screen coming through. You can see here, if I choose this color, totally different. If I choose some rocks of our hiking up there, the red rocks out in Las Vegas area, you can see it totally changes the colors there. Or I can just go with a kind of a wooded background. There's a bunch of different things, but the goal here is to show you how I achieve something like this to where you can put in logos or product names or something like that, depending on who it is that you're targeting or speaking with doing your Zoom meetings. It's just a nice, neat way of branding yourself. Here's something that we're doing for our 3-day MBA, which I'd like to invite you to attend. in St. Louis, so of course I have to have, you know, the arch in the background. And anyways, let me show you how this is done. So we'll go ahead and switch out of here for now. And I'm going to pull up Photoshop. Now, you don't necessarily have to have Photoshop. It can be any kind of a, you know, editing software. But Photoshop is pretty dang popular. So in any case, what we're going to do is, you see I've already created this. So I'm just going to pull this up so you guys, so I don't have to redo it. But what you'll see in here, if you look at the image and the image size, I've gone ahead and I put it 1920 by 1080. And then the reason why I do that is because that fits perfectly. You can see how it fits on the background there. And the important thing about this too is, you see when I set it in there, I brought it off the page and I brought it in a good inch or so. You're going to want to do that because just in case, what might happen is when you share the screen on the back, this might get cut off. So you want to bring this in. Don't put it right next to it. Bring it in an inch, maybe even 2. And let me see, go back here. So let's go ahead and use this one, for example. So I like to get my images and stuff. You can get them off, obviously, anywhere. But one neat place is if you go to a place called Unsplash, all the images are free here. They do like it if you can work with them and, you know, credit the photographer, the artist there. But all in all, it's a pretty cool place where you can go, Unsplash, and the quality of the images is just fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and build one here. So let's look at this one. This one's kind of a neat background. I don't know. What do you guys think? No? Let me see. It doesn't offer too much. I'm trying to look for something to where I can have some contrast. And here we go. This might offer some contrast. That does look a little dark and dreary though. But let me see. Well, here's some contrast. Well, I don't want to promote Range Rover. That's kind of a neat color, but that will show a little. I sit in the middle, so a lot of the stuff will be taken out of there, but let's see what we can do here. I try to stay away from whites and blacks, so I like having some color in the background. You can kind of see this is white there, but well, let's go ahead and let's try this one. So you can download it for free, and you say thanks, crediting isn't required but appreciated. So I always like to give credit where credit is due. And so I can even put photos by Thomas Kelly. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do it on this one. So let's go and, oops, sorry about that. Let's go and put this into, I'll just pop it into my desktop for now. And we'll put it there. X out of here. And we'll bring that back down. Okay, so now we have our image. Let's go ahead and bring it into, and you see I create the image 1920 by 1080. So let's go find the image here, and we'll bring it into the background. There we go. There, and we can just kind of size this up a bit. If you're not familiar with Photoshop, you just kind of drag from the corners and hold the shift key down, and it doesn't ruin anything. And then I can say something like maybe put a little text in here, photo, courtesy of Thomas Kelly. And we'll see how good that looks there. Probably not the greatest thing, but let's pop it up there and we'll do a little darker color here. There we go. Okay. And of course, we're going to edit my typos. There we go. Photo courtesy, and my spelling, of course, of Thomas Kelly. And let's bring this in a little bit there. I'll take this and I'll bring it down in the corner there. And let's bring it down a little bit. There. There. Please, we give some love to the artist there. I think that's always important. And so now what I want to do is I want to bring a logo in. So I'm going to go find one of my logos, and this is actually probably good for, I'm doing a new brand. So let me see, I'll go in and pull out my new logo for my personal brand. Let me see here, and I want to get a PNG image so that way there's no color in the background, and we'll go ahead and bring this down a little bit. And again, what I want to do is probably pull this off a little bit, just in case, so that we don't lose anything there. And actually, I'll do the same to this. I'll bring that off a little bit there too. Okay, so there we go. And we'll see how this works. So once we're done with this, I'll go ahead and save it. So File, Export, Save as a web element. And I will put this into my personal brand. And I will say, how about background for Jaime Jay Zoom. I'll put that in the front, actually. Oops, there we go. And we'll go ahead and save that. Bam. Okay, so we saved it. Let's go ahead and we can save this too. So X out, save. Yeah, sure. Let's save it. Let's go here. That way, if I ever want to change the images, I just already have it all done. Personal brand. Let's do a new folder. Zoom backgrounds. There we go. And we'll just drag. We'll save this in there. I'm going to call this Jaime Jay Zoom. And we'll save that. And I'll go ahead before I forget. Go back in here. Sorry, this is all time that you don't need to be spending with me, but I don't want to forget this. Let me see, personal brand. Where's my background? There it is. And let's bring this into the Zoom backgrounds. And yeah, we'll be good to go there. All right, I think that's one. I'm wasting your time. I am so sorry. Let me see. There we go. There it is, it's right in front of me. There we go. Okay, so now what we do is we go back into the settings, go to virtual background, add image, and we'll pull the image in from where we saved it to. Let's do personal and personal brand. And how about Zoom backgrounds? And there we go. Make sure that's the right one. And let's choose it. And bam, pops it in there. And you can see little courtesy of Thomas Kelly shows up okay. My brand shows up okay. And now we have a nice, neat background. That's all we need to do. Again, you want to make sure that you have the pro account. Here's my new background. I hope you guys like it and see how it worked there. If you have any other questions, let me know. Easy peasy. All right, we'll talk to you soon.